Welcome, friends, to Crazy Women Country, where women's voices matter. We bring you the greatest female voices in the music industry, from the artists, songwriters, and producers, to managers and executives, and all the women who make the music industry what it is today. Thank you for joining us. Welcome, friends, to another episode of Crazy Women Country. I am Donna, and today I am here with the talented Mikaela Finne. How are you doing?
I'm good, Donna. Thank you. How are you?
I am good. It's been a while since we last chatted.
I
So I
know,
have.
right?
How's the weather? I mean, is it warmer? I mean, I know it was always cold, so I have to ask.
I mean, right now it's like in that middle part of well, not the middle part, the beginning of the year, but at like the really weird, is winter ending? Is it coming back? Is spring coming? Like that really weird season where it's still like really gray here sometimes because it's just cloudy and raining. And then you get one day of sunshine and you're like, oh my goodness, spring is coming. And then the next day it's like -1 degree Celsius and you're like, damn it. So yeah, it's in that like longing for spring heavily right now type of mode.
Oh, I can imagine. I know
Yeah,
living in the Northeast, growing up there, we had those lovely seasons in the springtime, and even early March was always like, oh, look, it's sunny, it's nice. And then we got a blizzard. I'm like, yeah.
exactly. Yeah, like it's what they call what do they call it? The fool's spring. When you
Oh.
get those sunny days and you're like, oh my goodness, yes. And then snow. And you're like, oh, depressed. And then it rains away and snow comes back and you're like, yay, spring. And then snow comes back again and you're like, oh. But there's probably going to be a couple of those still. I mean, it's only March and we're up in the Nordics, so you never really know. Like uh, I see if I can remember. In 1996, it was my sixth birthday. It snowed, and my birthday is May 25th. So there's been
Nice.
those years too. So you never know what's going to happen over here, man.
Wow, that's crazy. I mean, I
Yeah.
always expected my birthday in January to have snow, but May, not so much. Yeah,
Oh, right.
that's crazy. So let me ask, have you had a lot of Northern Light sightings this year?
No, not like Stockholm is a little bit too far down south for those
Okay.
to be um very visible. There's been a couple of them I've seen in the news, but like where I live, it's you got a little bit too much light pollution to really see what's going on. So sadly, I haven't seen any this winter.
That would totally make the cold worth it.
I
That's what I
know.
said. I was joking. I'm like, I'm gonna have to go to Europe to see them because every time that I'm in an area that might have them, it's like, oh no, we fooled you. It's not coming. I'm like, seriously. I
Yeah.
was like in Montana for like a while, and I'm like, it's coming, it's coming. I'm like, I'm so excited, and then like, no, it's not coming. I swear to God, not even 2 weeks after I left, it was. I'm like, I am so depressed. Like,
Yeah. No,
yeah.
I mean like we have them all the time. Like where I'm from in Finland, they're
Mm-hmm.
very visible for long periods of time. They can be depending on like how the weather is and if it's cloudy or not. But if you go up north, the possibility of seeing them are very, very, very strong. They even like they have like this whole tourist business thing going like just around the Northern Lights. Like you've probably seen the commercials of them. Like there's like these round glass igloos or
Yeah.
whatever
Yeah.
that's up in Lapland where you can literally just lay in your bed. They even have alarms that is automatically connected to the weather. So if it's visible and it's 3 a.m. and you're sleeping, and you can put it so they'll wake you so you can just lay in bed and watch them. Like how freaking cool is that?
That is cool.
Yeah.
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 I'm in. Okay, I'm gonna have to come over. We're gonna do that.
Yeah,
Let me hit the lottery or something. Spend some time. I don't have to worry about it.
exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh my goodness. So obviously, I know who you are, but for those who may be tuning in for the first time, you want to tell
Mm.
everyone who is Miss Mikaela?
Well, this lady is soon to be 34 years old. I am born and raised in a little small town in Finland, and I make country music. believe it or not.
Oh,
Yeah.
and if you haven't heard, you're gonna have to make sure you check out all of the links below because check it out. You will love it. Trust me on that one. She's
Thank
on my
you.
playlist. Just saying. Oh, so since the last time we've been chatting, what else has been happening? What's new and exciting in the world of music?
Well, like I've been writing a ton, honestly, just preparing for a new record. And right, like this last couple of weeks, it's been really intense. I've been recording a bunch of demos and stuff, just to prepare for the studio and all that. And I'm getting really excited about it. Like, you're always excited in the process of recording something new, but when you're still like in the early process of deciding songs and still making, I think I'm making like 25 demos. And from those 25 demos, I'm going to choose with my producer, Brady Blade, what 12 or 13 or whatever songs we're going to actually record. And it's really exciting to see, like, like, for me, when I write, sometimes you just write and then you move on and you leave it until you're good and ready to pick it up again. And you keep writing other stuff. But when it's actually time to sit down with what you've written, it's really exciting.
I could bet.
So
Oh my
yeah, so
goodness.
that's really where I'm at right now.
That's exciting. I'm excited for new music, obviously.
Thank you. Me
So
too. I'm ready.
but I think the whole process as you're is it's fun. Have you been doing any co-writing or just kind of sticking,
No, I've been doing a lot more co-writing actually, which is really really fun. I'm gonna have some really freaking cool co-writes and collabs on this record. I really wanted to make that like a really important point of this record to collaborate with other writers and friends of mine. So there's going to be some cool songs on there that I've written with other artists. Like I'm writing quite frequently right now with my buddy Michael B. Witt, awesome songwriter, great artist. And we've finished one song and we're writing the second one right now. So that's really, really fun. It's been amazing writing with him.
I think that's what really I love writing by myself, but that is the one thing that with writing, it's just having those friends, that extended family, if you will, you get to
Oh, for
hang out
sure.
with and write out whatever whether it's emotions, whether it's a moment,
Yeah.
whether it's something you read in a book and thought it'd be a great idea. It doesn't, it's so great to enjoy those
Yeah.
experiences.
Like it's pretty cool, thanks to technology, stuff like this is possible. And like with me and Michael, he's in the US and just like you, and I'm over here. So, I'm really thankful for being able to work with people that I really want to work with, even though I'm not stateside. So,
That is definitely awesome.
yeah,
That's a great advantage. And I'm so glad if there's one benefit that came out of the pandemic is people willing to do this more, like to
yeah,
collaborate across
no, for
Zoom.
sure. Yeah,
And I mean, you still get I think sometimes you're right. The energy in a room can be really great, but I
for
think
sure.
if right people on Zoom, you still have that same energy. So
I think so too. Like it's possible to bring that into a digital scene, but it only really works with people that you can vibe with. When you're in a good place with a person that you work really well with, it don't really matter if it's in person. It's always going to be more fun in person, but you can make it work really well on Zoom or Google Meets or whatever all the things are called. But it's really possible to write excellent music, and Michael and I have definitely proved that so far.
awesome. Well, I'm
Yeah,
definitely excited.
me too.
So yeah. You'll have to let me know in advance when it's getting ready to release. Maybe I can do a couple of
100%.
reviews and
Yeah,
teasers on the website for everyone. Yeah.
we'll do that for sure.
Oh. So aside from writing and stuff, any new musical influences that you found over the last year?
Oh my goodness. So, I actually started writing a little bit for music magazine myself here. It's called
Awesome.
Gaffa, which is, I think, Scandinavia's biggest music magazine. I think. Pretty sure, yeah. So that's really fun for me, being the massive music nerd that I am, to just, you know, give people my thoughts about records. And I mean, last year, honestly, it's not a new discovery, but Elle King released a really great album last year. Like she really did. Like it's so freaking good. And but also a couple of my favorite records from last year was, well, Elle King, The War and Treaty released a phenomenal record. Vincent Neil Emerson released a really freaking awesome record. And yeah, that's a couple of my favorites from last year. I think they really did amazing.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. We have to go check out the last person. I have not heard him. So,
Oh, you'll love him. He's a phenomenal songwriter. He really is. His I think his record came out in the fall, October or November, something like that. I'm pretty sure. And yeah, it's really good. Like so freaking good.
oh, so
But
excited
yeah,
now.
there's a
I always love
really
it. Sorry.
Yeah, no, there's just really, I think honestly, like there's so much good music coming out right now. Like I could talk about it forever. But already known favorites, like I think we talked about before, all these ladies doing their thing,
Yeah.
performing live and just conquering the world. It's Kelsey Walden, I think she just won an a Metropolitan Award, and yeah, there's so much good music out there. I got a tip from somebody. Her name was and I heard her songs for the first time like last week. And I don't know how I'd missed this lady, but she sings lovely. See if Kimmy Bitter. Have you heard about her?
I feel like I've heard that name, but I'm gonna have to check it out for sure.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if I
oh
know
my
any.
goodness. Really cool, lovely voice, and like old timey but modern. Like I loved it.
Mhm.
Really, really surprised that I didn't know about her before, but every new discovery is amazing. Yeah, she's really good.
That is true. I recently, I don't know how I got stumbled onto, like I was listening to a Luke Combs and I kind of went down the rabbit hole, if you will, when you see someone connected to someone on either Spotify or Amazon or one of those, right? And I
Oh,
was
for
like, I
sure.
know, and I've known the Zach Bryan, and I'm like, I know this name. Why do I feel like I don't know any of his music? So I just went down the rabbit hole, just listened to it. And I'm like, I have heard his music. I just
Yeah,
didn't click at it. And I was like, okay, there we go. So, but yeah, it
yeah,
was great to rediscover or find. And of course, March is International Women's Month. So I've been
I
trying to go
know.
down those rabbit holes of Spotify or wherever anyone else is putting out
Yeah,
playlists. So
100%. Yeah, I'm always really proud of women in general right now. Like we're doing great things, honestly, especially in country music and the whole Americana world in general. Like Casey's new music that's coming out, love it. Like we've missed her.
yes.
But there's so much good music out there. And really good music made by women, first and foremost.
Absolutely. It's a
Yeah.
shame that more radio stations don't play women more,
Yeah,
you know.
that is absolutely
Mhm.
ridiculous, if we're being honest.
Agreed. And I have to thank digital platforms, because if it wasn't for digital platforms, most of the Americana genres we would have never heard of a
Yeah,
lot
yeah,
of the
we would,
people.
yeah, 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 we'd be screwed for sure.
Mhm.
Like, you know,
Yeah.
people can rant about, social media and streaming. And I mean, I'm not a huge fan of it every day of the week, but
Mhm.
without it, my goodness. Yeah, it would be bad. Like we wouldn't know anything about anything when it comes to music made by women. We'd be totally in the dark.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more with you.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It would be, which
That's
is it's a crazy thought to even think about. So, I think as an artist, especially if you're a woman, we can be very thankful for social media and, you know, streaming and digital platforms and all that.
Yeah, I think it definitely gets the fans to you, and then when they see you on tour playing somewhere,
So,
you know,
yeah,
they come out.
yeah.
Unfortunately, I wish I had more time to get out a little more, you know, because I know there's some of the girls come down to Florida, and I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry I'm not going to make it, but I would love to be there. I know you're there, you know, and I
Yeah,
try to share it because at least
yeah,
other people, I'm hoping
exactly.
other friends or people
Yeah,
nearby will go see them.
yeah. So
So
all that counts like so much, and it does it makes a difference, like it really does.
absolutely, absolutely.
Mm.
Because I mean, if we go back to the 90s, I know you were a little kid. I was a little
Yeah.
bigger kid. I was still under 18, but you know, I just remember Lilith Fair because that's how I just remember learning about all these other women other than the pop and country and the radio, right?
Yeah.
There's this whole list of women I've never heard of. I mean, I think I was 97 was the first year, or 98, 97 was the first year, or 98, which I don't remember which, I think it was 97. But anyway, regardless, I just remember that was the first year. Lucinda Williams, I heard of her because the chicks were there, like Mary Chapin, like all these awesome women were there, right? So I was like, we're learning of these women that I had never heard, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
who's this? Like you know, I was on the phone with someone. They played Laura McKenna was singing in the background. Like, who is that? I love that
Yeah.
like woman. And at the time, like she didn't have really any music out. Like they had bought me a cassette. That's how old it is. People that don't know what cassettes are,
Oh,
sorry.
I miss cassettes. I was talking to a buddy of mine about this actually yesterday. I'm like, I remember the times when I was sitting, listening to the radio, waiting to push play to record the song that I have been waiting for hours just to have it on cassette so I can listen to it over and over and over again.
Yes. Oh,
You know, I miss that stuff. Me and my dad, we used to make mixtapes uh,
mhm.
from like CDs and stuff when you still had cassettes in
Yeah,
cars.
yeah,
So we
yeah.
could pick and choose what songs we wanted to put on the cassette so we could have it in the car. The good old days.
Absolutely. Nope, I was right there with you doing the same thing, waiting all day for that one song, and then
Yep.
you know, yep. Until
Yep.
until that came out on that you could buy the record or the well, it's still they weren't doing records at the time. It was still the cassette and then the CDs.
Exactly. Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah. I
good
miss that.
times.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
Oh man.
See, so there's a little downside to social media because we could have done stuff to got in trouble, you know, got in trouble a little bit, like we, you know, may have gotten in trouble, but you know,
Exactly.
it was all good fun trouble. So
Yeah.
thankfully we didn't have social media that much.
Exactly. Oh my goodness.
No.
Yeah.
So while we're on that subject of being in trouble, would you like to do our 13 crazy questions?
Oh, absolutely. Go for it. I'm ready.
Okay. So the first one,
Mm.
what is your best excuse for being late?
Yeah, sorry, I had a call with my dad that took long enough. I've blamed him 1,000 times. Like, oh yeah, my dad called. It went a little long-winded. Like, I'm sorry. Sorry, Dad.
Thanks, Dad. Oh, if you had a pet parrot, what would you teach it to say?
Good morning, sexy lady.
I like that.
Mhm.
Oh, I finished this line.
Mhm.
Today, my favorite song is.
Oh crap. Today, my favorite song is The Grace Between by Shane Smith and the Saints.
If you could have a lifetime supply of anything, what would it be?
That's a tough one. Um, hmm, Guitar strings.
Ooh, that is definitely like a mandatory great thing. Mhm.
Hmm.
Should the toilet paper hang over or under?
Come on, that's a non-question. Over. Like, come on.
This determines if we can be friends in the future.
Yeah, I
No.
know.
Oh, if you were elected ruler of the world,
Mm.
who would you want as your top advisor?
Mm, Dolly Parton.
Who wouldn't want Dolly, right?
Exactly. Everybody loves
Yeah,
Dolly.
right. If you don't love Dolly, there must be something wrong with you. I mean, it's
100%
like
something wrong with you.
I
If those were, if like seriously, if anybody that I knew would ever say, "Yeah, I don't like Dolly that much," I'm like excluded from the friend group immediately. You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
it's crazy.
Oh, it reminds me of the movie The Fockers, where it was the circle of
Ooh.
trust. Do you remember that movie? The
Yeah, I
circle of
do.
trust. You are not here. This is a circle of trust, and you are over here.
100%.
Oh. If you were arrested, what would it be for?
Oh, I don't
Besides
know.
helping me with dead bodies, I know you're already in that. So,
Exactly. I mean, trespassing maybe.
Hmm. So where are we trespassing? Any place good? Or we can't say on TV. So we're
Yeah, can't
recording.
say. Yeah, secret.
What is the strangest thing in your fridge?
I mean, for me as a Nordic person, it's not very strange at all. But for y'all in, every country besides Norway, Sweden, and Finland, maybe Denmark, I'm not sure. I have the Swedish caviar in a tube that we put on eggs. It's
Okay.
yeah, it's one of those things you're gonna have to try one time and you're probably gonna hate it. It's a staple over here. Yeah,
All right. So I'm gonna have to come over now and try it. That's
100%.
all there is to it. Tell me something on your bucket list.
Mm. Well, I'll give you two things, one as just an individual and one as an artist. Well, one of my bucket list things is that uh, I want to see every state in the US, but in general, I just want to travel around the world and just experience so much culture and food and stuff. But on my artist bucket list is playing at the Ryman.
Okay. So we'll get you at the Ryman, and then you're going to play at my favorite venue that I really want to go to, so that way I can go to a concert there.
Yeah.
Red Rocks. Red Rocks in Colorado.
Oh yeah. I mean, that is
Mhm.
all. That's
That's
trust me, that's there too.
that's on the
Like
bucket. That's on the
the
bucket
list
list.
is like this long.
I'm just coming on tour with you as I don't know what. Maybe I'll just sell merch for you on the side. Whatever.
We'll figure something out, I promise.
If you ever wrote a book, what genre would it be?
I would love to write a children's book, actually.
That would be cool.
Yeah, something, about music and kids and stuff like that. Yeah,
That's definitely cool.
yeah,
There's so many different things that you can do with that. Like, yeah.
exactly. I think it could be really, really fun.
Tell me, what's the last thing that you read?
Lucinda Williams' book.
Good book.
Yeah, loved it.
I think I may have asked this before, but what's your game plan for the zombie apocalypse?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go out to
I
my
th-
island. I'm going out to my island in Finland. Nobody's gonna reach me there, and I'll be fine. Yeah,
All right.
isolating on my island.
Oh, tell me something you would never do.
Uh, hmm. Something I would never do. I don't know. There's plenty of things, but let's see. Um, I would never put ketchup on my uh, pasta, especially if I made like a really freaking awesome sauce, I would never put ketchup on that stuff. Ever. Ever.
That is like a crime in general. There are some things you just don't put
100%.
ketchup on.
But a lot of people put ketchup on everything. Like, you make a really good sauce and they just squirt that shit all over. Like, that's criminal. Like, fuck that. No, sorry, I cussed, but
It's okay.
I think people are fine with the cussing.
I, yeah. I think pretty much in this day and age, like it's
Good.
as long as it's like not every other word, I think people are like, yeah, whatever. Yeah,
Yeah.
it happens.
So,
It,
sorry.
there's a saying that says someone that cusses, that they're very honest. So
Yeah, I am at
so
that.
I will say my closest friends are cussers, so I'm good with that.
Yeah, I cuss way too much, honestly, but I try not to.
Oh. So last but not least, I
Mm,
think we're on 13, right?
I'm not sure.
We can ask a bonus question. It's fine then.
Yeah.
If you were, if your life was a reality show,
Mm.
what would it be called?
Ooh. Now that's interesting. If my life was a reality show, what would it be called? Um, Not sure. Like right now, if my life right now was a reality show, it would be hibernating with Mikaela 101. How to be a musician when you don't go outside unless there's a show going on. Hibernating. How to be comfortable at home by yourself. Yeah.
I think the only people that would understand that truly are people that have been in that really cold temperature that, you know.
100%. Like,
Mhm.
when it's been months and months of just snow and whatever I mean, you learn to be really comfortable in your own company. But I mean, I honestly, like when I'm in that type of hyper focused space where I am right now, I forget about people. I'm like, "Oh, it's been 2 days. Have I left my apartment?" No. I've been writing and recording and rewriting and demoing and oh yeah, I haven't been outside yet. Maybe I should go outside today.
See if it's warmer than -1, right?
Exactly.
Oh, okay. So bonus question, because I think that was 13, but just in case,
Yeah.
if you owned a bar, what
Mm.
would you call it?
Ooh. I would call it the Finnish Haven.
Mm. Any ideas on specialty drinks there?
Oh, 100%. I would serve all the Finnish specials that we do, which is mostly like, we do a lot of different things, which is just like really two ingredient drinks, countryside style, little moonshine, stuff like that.
Awesome. Sounds good.
Mhm.
I will be there. I will come visit.
Good, good. I'll let you know when it opens.
Okay. I'm
Yeah,
excited. We're gonna open the sister one in Nashville so that it'll just, like the rest of the Nashville stars, right?
exactly.
Oh. So what is happening for this show? I know you're doing all these lovely demos and writing and
Yeah.
hibernating a little bit.
Mhm.
What else is
Well, besides that, I got, I'm doing um there's some shows coming up here in Sweden. Got a couple festivals lined up for this spring and summer. There's this big festival in Gothenburg called West Coast Country Festival that's happening at the beginning of April. I played there last year too, and it's so much fun. So I'm really looking forward to that. And yeah, that's the biggest closest thing. I got another gig in Gothenburg in like what is it? 2 weeks, 3 weeks? 2 weeks, 2.5 ish on the 22nd. That'll be really fun too. So I'm excited. Like there's a good amount of fun things coming up. Got some a Stockholm show next month as well. Yeah, little here and there.
wonderful? I just need
Yeah,
to get to Europe so I can see you perform live. That's it. Or I just
Exactly.
have to like kidnap you to America, you know.
Yeah, we'll just be in Nashville when I'm in Nashville.
Yeah,
Coming
make
back
sure
in
that.
September as usual for Americana Fest. Hopefully, I'm hoping, putting it out there that this is the year. So we'll see.
So you registered and all, right? Did
Oh
you?
yeah, 100%.
Okay, good, good.
Always.
Okay. All right. I'll see if I can put a word in. Not that I really know anyone or have any pull, but I'll say stuff to people that know people, and hopefully
I
I'll keep my fingers
appreciate it.
crossed and
Yeah. So we'll
say
see.
a
But I know
prayer. I don't know whatever I have
the
to do for you.
yeah. It's a good time every year, man. I love going. And Nashville in September is just beautiful. Like I love it in September. Still very hot compared to our Septembers, which is awesome. The season gets to expand, so I look forward to going back every year.
Wonderful.
Mm.
Just so you know, you are welcome back here on the show anytime.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it, Don. I always have fun chatting with you.
Oh, likewise. Well, thank you, friends, for joining us. And until next time, have a great day, everyone.
Yeah, bye.
Don't forget to check the links below. Go
No,
check out all of Mikaela's
all
music.
the social media and the Spotify's and the wherever you stream your music.
Absolutely. If you enjoyed today's episode of Crazy Women Country, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Be sure to click the subscribe button for new interviews weekly. And thank you, friends, for joining us today on Crazy Women Country, where women's voices matter.